Yo guys, it's Haunting Lime and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm featuring a team that FP featured in his one of the, I can't get my words out today. FPSTICKS featured in his last two videos. It's a team of Obstagoon paired with a safe switch of Drifblim and the closer being Charizard. So this team is pretty phenomenal. It's actually helped me climb out of the 22/2300 MMR, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. So I've already played 5 games, went 5-0, and this is my next set to show you guys. So off to the first game with a really, not the best lead actually. Obstagoon does win it, but I decided to switch into my Drifblim and my opponent counters it completely by ringing out a Snorlax. So I already know Snorlax loses this match because my Drifblim loses this match because I've had a match similar to this with my own Snorlax, and yeah, all Snorlax has to do is just lick me down. I will also throw the icy winds to kind of chip away at my opponent's health, but yeah, Drifblim can't win this matchup at all. The Snorlax should really throw its energy, but still store enough energy to kind of come out with at least a superpower to throw at the Obstagoon. So yeah, this matchup is, well, not this matchup is very lost, but like I said, all I can do is make sure the Snorlax is in farming range for my Obstagoon, where it can't throw superpower or at least threaten me with a charge move. So this team is really strong. I've already played Obstagoon and Drifblim with my Gengar team, and I really like the pairing. The core is really strong. I like how Drifblim kind of covers the weaknesses of Obstagoon, but also this team isn't as glassy as my Gengar team. So my Drifblim gets slicked down and Obstagoon just comes in to counter it down. So here, because Obstagoon is really quick at getting to the Night Slashes, I don't have to worry about the Aqua Tail, because Aqua Tail is a fairly not hard hitting move, and the crunch is resisted. Only the outrage will actually do a lot of damage, or the Hydro Pump, but most Gyarados don't actually run that. So again, I'm able to get to the next Night Slash, and I believe I get the boost here, which just adds more insult to injury. My opponent does shield that. I got the boost actually previously, so I do decide to shield this because I do want to come out of this match with an advantage, or at least win switch advantage. So I'll get to another Night Slash. So this should get the second shield, or at least KO the Gyarados. He decides to let it go through, and I was trying to switch out here, but my opponent throws energy, so I let this go through because now I can farm the Gyarados for the energy on Charizard. So this is a complete farm down. I will have to shield this Aqua Tail because Aqua Tail will hurt my Charizard, but thankfully I'm able to get so much energy, and in the back is a Gallade. So I know 3 Confusions get to a Leaf Blade and 4 for the close combat, and he has to get to 4, and this Blast Gun almost takes it out, and this next one will take it out, and this is just a Leaf Blade, so I'd have to worry about it. I was panicking a little bit because he was so close taking it out, and this next Dragon Claw will take out the Gyarados. Wasn't needed, but I had it, so I just threw it. So yeah, really liking this team. It's fairly tanky as well. Obstagoon is fairly tanky. Drifblim has a lot of health, but it can definitely do a lot of work. So here, another great lead. So this team, or Obstagoon, sees a lot of great leads. Gengar can't do anything against the Obstagoon, so he switches out into the Night Slash on his Meganium. Meganium I don't see really much of in the Ultra League. This one is even, I don't think it's XL powered up, or maybe powered up a little bit, but I decided to bring in my own Drifblim because Drifblim fully counters the Meganium because Earthquake is resisted, and so is the Frenzy Plant. So here I'm building up tons of energy, and I'm going to throw this first Icy Wind to either almost KO the Meganium and leave it in a range where I can farm it down. I think there was a little bit of lag there, but my opponent decided to just throw the Frenzy Plant. So again, not shielding anything, and just going to throw all my energy on the next Pokemon that comes in. So off to a great start here. So my opponent decides to come in with, he's basically running the clock with the Empoleon, so I automatically throw my Icy Wind, which was a mistake, but it worked out in my favour because now I can actually throw this Shadow Ball as well, but also the damage from the waterfalls is reduced, and I'm able to get to one more Icy Wind before I get KO'd by the Empoleon. So yeah, always go Shadow Ball on Empoleon. Empoleon is fairly strong and it resists a lot of moves, so if you do throw charge moves that are resisted, it doesn't do a lot of damage. So here I bring in my Obstagoon to farm it down. The Hydro Cannon won't do anything, and the drill pegs wouldn't have done anything as well because of the double reduction on the attack. I'm also able to get farm, and Gengar, like I said, can only throw sludge bombs at me, and I think this is a sludge bomb, so I do shield this. And yep, this obviously I do get to the Night Slashes before Gengar gets to the sludge bombs, so I can throw them out very rapidly, and it almost takes out the Gengar. But here I do suspect this Gengar to throw a Shadow Punch to get my last shield, which I don't fall for, and this next Night Slash will KO my opponent or get last shield. So this is really strong, or up to favourable, well, so far favourable for me, and my opponent decides to quit the game. So yeah, nice game to my opponent. So up against my opponent Pablo Yaz. Again, Obstagoon with another great lead into Abomasnow. This is, I think, a maxed out Abomasnow, not an XL one, so the cross chop really comes in handy to take out the Abomasnow quickly. Cross chop is amazing against Snorlax. It's not needed, but it helps you get to the cross chop, or sorry, it helps you get the health down much faster because you don't want to eat a superpower or too many charge moves from Abomasnow. So I'm able to farm it down completely and come out with tons of energy. I do see them at chop, so I just decide to throw something. I panicked here, so I just throw the first move to get this kind of think and switch out as well. Drifloon can almost count as a Machamp, so here I know this is going to be a Rock Slide, so I do decide to shield, because now when I throw an Icy Wind, I can actually tank the next one and also get to a move before my opponent gets to a move. So this Icy Wind will go through without shield. So now I can just farm the Machamp down from here. I did try to take out the Machamp before I had to eat a Rock Slide, but sadly this was a CMP tie, so I do survive the Rock Slide, but I also don't charge up my Icy Wind because I do want to farm this Machamp down. And my opponent realizes that, and he switches that into his own Drifloon. So here, knowing that the Shadow Ball will get shielded, because my opponent still has 2 shields, crazy guy, I throw the Icy Wind to debuff the Drifloon on his side. So I'm not going to shield this because I don't really need to worry about my own Drifloon, it'll get farmed down. Now I bring in the Obstagoon, because Obstagoon fully resists the fast move damage from Drifloon, and I can get to the Night Slashes just slightly quicker, or at the same time as the Icy Winds. So I decide to shield this because the damage from fast move damage from Hex is basically double resisted, and I'm able to get to this Night Slash as well, and this should get it into the range where I can almost take out the Drifloon. My opponent to switch out, and we have a simultaneous KO on the Machamp and me. So my opponent will build up to a Shadow Ball, and I know my Charizard can survive this, so I'll let it go through, and before anything I'm able to get to the Dragon Claw, and this should take it out. Drifloon isn't it's got a lot of health, but isn't fairly tanky, so this will take it out. So another great game to my opponent. So now on to the next game against VJCN. So again, Obstagoon with an amazing lead against Lapras. Lapras, depending on what moveset it has, can do the work, but he switches that into a Swampert, and I switch out immediately into my Drifloon because Drifloon can take 2 Hydro Cannons and not get farmed down. So the play here is to either Shadow Ball, but I want to kind of lower the attack so I can survive more than 2 Hydro Cannons. So I throw the Icy Wind to basically reduce the incoming damage from my opponent, and I get it off before he gets his Hydro Cannon off. So as you can see here, it'll leave me with tons of health where the Swampert can't even farm it down. So here I'm able to get to another Icy Wind, and the reason why I throw Icy Wind is because I know my opponent will get to the Hydro Cannon if I charge up to the Shadow Ball, and also it leaves me in the range where I can actually farm the Swampert down as well with my Obstagoon. I decided to shield this because I could actually farm the Swampert down before he got to a charge move, which was really a clever move on my part, and I can throw the energy on whatever comes through next. Thankfully it's just a little Muck, which obviously Drifloon doesn't want to see. This will do a decent amount of damage, chip away, but it does obviously debuff the Lone Muck, so which is really good for me. So now I'll bring in my Charizard because I want to get ahead on energy, and because I know these attacks will be resisted, I know I can take at least 1 or 2 from him, because obviously I don't want my Charizard to see the Lapras. It does fairly good against it, but the saves do add up. So here, having cross chop is actually quite important because it does a bit more damage than the Night Slash. Obviously Night Slash has the chance to increase the attack, but with this you want to kind of take out the tanky Lapras as soon as possible, because the more charge moves it gets to, the more it actually has an effect on either your Charizard or your Obstagoon. And yeah, so again the play is to make sure I come out of this alive with my Obstagoon, and or at least get the Lapras in farm range where my Charizard can take her out and then throw a Blast Burn at the old Muck. So this team synergizes really well, has the extra added bulk, so I want to switch out, and I switch out immediately to my Charizard. I do throw this Dragon Claw because I kind of panicked and didn't realise I had the Blast Burn, so I could have done that, but I do just have Shield because I'm really close to another Dragon Claw. So I farm a little bit extra here as well because I'm counting down the fast moves, and this Dragon Claw should take it out and also get to another one to take out the Lapras. So it does really help to know what fast moves are and how much energy they take, or how many turns it takes to get to the charge move, because then you can actually do a bit more extra farming. So yeah, another great game to my opponent. So Obstagoon only has Togekiss to worry about and Fighters to worry about, and both Drifblim can handle that. The Fighters totally get walled by the Drifblim, depending on which fighter it is, and yeah, if you get a positive or neutral lead, Obstagoon can just take it from there. Again, amazing lead into Snorlax. Snorlax's legs don't do anything to Obstagoon because they're double resisted, and like I said, all I need to worry about is the superpower. So here I do suspect it to be a superpower, but it's just a regular body slam, and that was a good bit by my opponent. So here I'm also thinking it's going to be a superpower, but I might have already shielded once, so I'm not going to shield, but thankfully it's only a body slam, which is amazing. So I think with the extra damage with the cross charge, my opponent had to, or wasn't able to get to the superpower, so that was pretty good. But he wasn't playing it maybe. Now I have all this energy to throw on this Venus, so that's what I'm going to do now. Obstagoon is fairly tanky, like I said, it is pretty decent against Venusaur, but I'm going to try and catch this Frenzy Plant onto my Drifblim, which resists both moves from Venusaur. So Venusaur is a really strong Pokemon, but I do love Drifblim for that reason. So here my opponent brings out his Dragon Breath Charizard, which I don't think is that great. I think Fire Spin is more superior, as well as Wing Attack. I do decide to throw this Icy Wind, because I knew my opponent will shield. I wasn't really sure if he was, but I had a feeling he would, because he had two shields, and also to debuff the damage from Dragon Breath. Sadly, I wasn't able to get to a second one, which is a shame, but I decided to bring out my Obstagoon because he was so close to a charge move, and also to absorb the energy from the opposing Charizard. My opponent can't farm me down, so my opponent was trying to farm me down, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to bring my own Charizard in while my opponent's Charizard is debuffed. And I don't shield this first one because I wasn't expecting it to be a Blast Burn, but also it would have been resisted. So here I do suspect it to be a Blast Burn, so I want to keep my Charizard healthy enough for the Venusaur farm down. So because Charizard is fairly low, I was expecting my opponent to switch out, and he did it perfectly right. As you can see, I was doing the move slowly, but I do want to charge this, and basically undercharge it correctly or perfectly, where I can actually farm it down completely before it threw a move, and had a Blast Burn ready for this Charizard. So good try by my opponent. Thankfully I managed to pull that through. Again, great game. So yeah, that was another 5-0 set. So overall went 10-0 with this team. Really fun team, do try it out. I know FPSTICKS has had this team for a while, but it's helped me climb. So thank you for watching. Take care, guys.